I knew that Stranger Things was starting up again in September, but they didn't need me until January. And I was like, I have this wife and kids and I love them, but I was also going to go crazy. I was like, I can't stay here with you. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm dying.
This is What a Joke
with Tom Papa and Fortune Feimster
on Netflix is a Joke Radio.
What happens in a career when all of a sudden, like, all the cool projects start lining up for you?
Oh, man.
When did you feel like, okay, this is clicking now? Now I'm going to get some good stuff.
I mean, I thought it was clicking pretty much after the first weekend that Stranger Things released, the first season. It was clicking. And then I tried to mess it up a bunch of times by choosing some terrible things and trying to tank my own career.
That's hilarious.
People just kept, coming back. I mean, I'm an interesting path because I've been in the movie TV world for like a solid 15 years and working with big directors, like Ang Lee, Spielberg, but in very tiny roles,
Right.
8 and 9 on the call sheet type of things. So I think I had the groundwork of kind of understanding what it was. And then when that Stranger Things allowed me to hit, people started to respond, and it was great.
Great.
When you read that Stranger Things pilot, did it feel special? This is different?
Yeah, I actually have an excellent sense of that stuff.
Yeah.
And most of my career has been me auditioning for things, going this is going to be big, auditioning for it, not getting it, and then it being huge. And that's been most of my career.
Yeah.
And then I remember when we did Brokeback Mountain, I have a scene in Brokeback Mountain. I remember all the late night talk shows were joking about gay cowboys. And I was like, you guys don't even know, this thing's going to be the most beautiful movie of the year.
Wow.
But everybody was sort of making fun of this idea. And I have a very good sense of that stuff. And I read this script and I was like, this thing's amazing. These guys don't even know, the creators don't even know how amazing it is.
Wow.
Good of you to show.
Oh, hey, morning, Flo. Morning, everybody.
Hey, Chief.
Damn.
You look like hell, Chief.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I look better than your wife when I left her this morning.
While you were drinking or sleeping or whatever it is you deem so necessary on Monday morning, Phil Larson called, said some kids are stealing the gnomes out of his garden again.
Oh, those garden gnomes again. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get right on that.
On a more pressing matter, Joyce Byers can't find her son this morning.
Okay, I'm gonna get on that. Just give me a minute.
Joyce is very upset.
Flo, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Chief, she's
Coffee
in your...
and contemplation. Flo.
I didn't think I would get it, but then when I did get it, I actually went back today. I was just going through my email looking for something. You ever go back and you just 2015, what did I, and then I've lost in some weird chain. And it was a chain with them. And we were just almost like kids, hey guys, wow, that line is really great. And they're going yeah, man, we think you're great. And it was just this kind of love fest between us. But I knew right when I read it, I was like, this is very special. I mean, it's just it felt very special.
Yeah.
Did the character, was it very clear to you how you were going to go at it? Because it's so natural. And the cool thing about your acting, there's this tough guy thing, but there's this very real vulnerability to all your roles at the same time. Did you were you dialed in pretty quickly? Was it clearly defined, or did you have to take a while to find it?
A little bit of both, to be honest. I think I had the broad strokes pretty clear, but it was one of these situations where I've, as I say, I've occupied a certain space in Hollywood, I guess you say, where in films I sort of could pay my rent for my studio apartment based on a couple movies. And this was the first time where I was like, you can really swing for this, or you can, and I was like, you have to swing. And what that means to me is that you actually have to go to work. And for me, that's sitting in a room alone for hours and hours, just sort of doing a lot of this internal work. And I really wanted to swing. I sort of was at the end of my rope. I was 40, You know, I hadn't really had the leading man career that I thought I might be able to have. And then I was like, all right, so go to work. So at a certain point, it was easy, but also I did a lot of extra work that you probably don't see, but maybe resonates on some level.
That's the coolest.
Yeah.
That's a different level of acting, and it shows. Like, that's why, like, all of a sudden you're like leaning in and you're watching, you're like, what are they up to? Like,
Oh, that's good. I mean, I hope that you feel that way. Like, to me, that's the whole thing about acting is it's like somebody told me about some painting years ago. It's like you paint an orange and then you just paint over it like all these layers of paint, and then it becomes a sunset, but you call the painting orange. So that to me is like what it's about, like layering paint, but it's stuff that you don't see. It's just like hours and hours and hours of layering this paint. Hopefully it resonates on a certain level. Yeah. But I do find that when I do that work, it does people respond to it more than when I just say the lines kind of like I'm done that work.
Yeah.
Like the work actually matters. That you can feel if it's real enough.
Yeah. That's my approach. Fake it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you do okay. It does okay. I do that sometimes too. It depends on the job. You're like, I can kind of get through this.
So we can build an environment where we all feel comfortable and trusted and open
share our feelings.
to sharing our feelings. This isn't gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Yes, it will. I promise. Oh, come on.
Maybe you just kill Mike. I'm the chief of police. I could cover it up.
You got this. I promise.
You wanna have dinner tonight? You can give me some more pointers.
I have plans.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Carol. Hi. How are you? So good to see you. So, Georgie has his 13th birthday coming up. Oh my God, he's 13. I know. And I'm
She's got you. Were you filming stuff during the thick of the pandemic?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, you know, you're walking around in these masks thinking, and everybody's got masks. It feels like you're in an alien world. It feels like you're in the Stranger Things lab or something. Like, we got used to each other and we were all tested. And then we had one scene where I had to walk through a hallway with like 200 extras. And I had to walk through this long hallway, and we're setting up. And then they're like, all right, masks off. And they all took off their masks and we rolled. And I was like, oh God, run.
Man, I know we were prime targets for Stranger Things, but man, it was such a great experience. It really got us.
You were it was like right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, like all of that summer, you know, like all those throwback things hit me in such a great way from being a teenager. And then my kids were just like into it for it just being great. It was just such a great combination. It was like, I think it literally was like the last thing we all watched together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super watchable.
So when's that come back? Does it come back?
To be determined.
To be determined.
Yeah, we've shot a tremendous amount of it.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day we will release it.
Man.
But yeah, it's become this huge monster of a thing, COVID and everything.
Yeah.
But hopefully as soon as possible. But I don't know when that means.
It's trippy to see the kids though. Like when I go on their Instagram, how big they've gotten. I'm like, oh my God, they're like little adults now.
Yeah,
I know, and we're still trying to shoot the show, so it's like you put them in like a bowl cut, and it kind of works.
Yeah.
Hey, you put me on like an apple box. You put them in a little bowl cut.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Ben's like a model for like Louis Vuitton or somewhere. I can't remember. I'm like, oh wow.
Oh, I know. I saw him on a billboard like the other day. I was like, this is that little idiot that like was running around the first season. Now he's like,
yeah, all model with the suit on.
Like, oh, it's horrible. Oh.